My name is Alice Kande, CEO of Kenya National Qualifications Authority. So delighted to talk about this great institution that has been here since the year 2014. The Kenya National Qualifications Authority is created through enactment of the Kenya National Qualifications Framework Act of 2014 and operationalized through the regulations of 2025. And the purpose basically of having the National Qualifications Authority was to ensure that we have an agency that will have a role of implementing what we're calling the National Qualifications Framework.
And since then, it has worked on a framework system that harmonizes the various systems that hitherto existed. We've also had, in the TVET sector, the modularization of our curriculum, whereby a number of programs that used to take long periods of time have now been modularized in the sense that you are now able to come into an institution, do a short course, get certified on it, and that certification that you get is able to be recognized in the market so that you are now able to get into the economy and do work based on the certification you've had. As you very well know, we are now undertaking the labor mobility program in the country, and one of the mainstays is to ensure that our education system and the qualification system is recognized across the region and across the world, so that when our people move from our country to work in the next country, what they are qualified in is recognized in that country or is equitable to the programs or the qualifications in that particular country.
Yeah, I joined the KNQA in 2018, and I think the law that established the institution had been enacted in 2014. A lapse of about 4 years, and clearly you could see that everybody was very busy examining and awarding qualifications, but nobody was giving thought in terms of what are we giving, what is the quality of what we are awarding, what do those qualifications mean to us, how do they interrelate with each other within Kenya, and how do they interrelate with each other regionally within the East African community and across the world. Because remember, qualifications will have to be carried to different destinations whenever people migrate. We had a very vibrant board. We were able to come up with a Kenya National Qualifications Authority. We looked at what other countries were doing, Zambia, South Africa, the European Qualifications Framework, and within that range, then we were able to come up with our own qualifications framework, which was a lot of work. Really, it was groundbreaking for me to understand the role that qualifications framework can bring to a nation, to harmonize, to bring sanity to an ecosystem that is so important for everyone, because each one of us has a piece of paper at home that they call a qualification framework, and so the integrity of that paper, the integrity of that qualification is very important.
We have been alive to the fact that education sector has a number of regulatory authorities, right from the Commission for University Education. We have also the TVET subsector regulatory authority. We have the Kenya National Examination Council. We have as well a team that actually guides in churning out curriculum and exam, referred to as TVET CDAC, which we work together with also NITA, which is more closer to the industry in the education sector. Allow me to allude to all of us that we have 21 agencies that are under the Ministry of Education in Kenya. And we work collaboratively towards enhancing not only the education and academic within our society, but we attach ourselves so much to the industry, because after class, what happens next? So the work of KNQA, or rather the mandate, is to bring harmony within that very industry.
My name is Esther Dharamuria. I am the Principal Secretary, State Department for TVET, currently charged with the responsibility of overseeing skills development in the country. That is ensuring that every person, and especially the youth, have got the requisite skills necessary to babysit the development of this country. The Kenya National Qualification Authority's main responsibility is to ensure that the qualifications that we are talking about are requisite and they are placed within the framework as should be, all the way from level 1 up to level 10, where level 10 will be the PhD level. So the Kenya National Qualification Authority has also the responsibility of ensuring that our institutions, especially our national polytechnics, have been accredited to train and award the various qualifications which they are now going to place within the framework, so that nobody is questioning. When you talk of, for example, that you have been trained at level 4, what is it? The Kenya National Qualification Authority will ensure that the various institutions are certified, are requisite to train those levels at whatever level, which will now be accommodated or accommodatable within the framework.
And therefore, seeing that we were created through enactment of an Act of 2014, we have been here for just slightly over 10 years. We're therefore looking at a decade of building structures. We are looking at a decade of strengthening qualifications. We're also looking at a decade of transforming how we look at and recognize skills and qualifications and packaging recognition of those skills and competencies into really credible, acceptable, and portable, competitive qualifications. We have developed a number of policies, amongst them the credit accumulation and transfer system. That is a very critical tool that provides harmony in the way people moved through the levels. The Kenya National Qualification Framework comprises of 10 levels, from the lowest level to the highest level. And we require very clear mechanism and criteria on how people move from level 1, 2, 3 towards until you get 10. And also how you move from one sub-framework, moving from TVET to the professional, moving from professional to the university space. But over and above that, we can also pride in the progress that has been made in ensuring that the framework speaks to acceptability, competitiveness, mobility of skills, and portability of qualifications. And that means that we have looked beyond our national space. In as much as we have a very sound structure within the national space, we are also bound to ensure that we are facilitating and supporting acceptability of those qualifications in other spaces. And that is why we have also made critical and great progress in ensuring that we also contribute to the qualifications engagements beyond our boundaries, within the region, within the continent, and also globally.
We have been partnering with the Kenya National Qualifications Authority, I would say, for the last 6 to 7 years, and it's been really a wonderful cooperation. And our reason for cooperation actually is, we cannot talk about the world of work, which is the heart and the mandate of the ILO, without talking about qualifications. Because qualifications, this is talent. Qualifications is what drives productivity in companies, and the KNQA is at the heart of that. And so it really promotes decent work and social justice, which is what we stand for at the ILO. And so over the last 6 years, we have had varied entry points in our collaboration. We have supported policy development, and something that we're very proud of is the development and eventual rollout of the recognition of prior learning,
which is the certification of the people who have been skilled in an informal training that is non-formal, whereby they've had skills and but they've not had any sort of certification. So the system, the framework system now is able to recognize their skills and certify them. And with that certification, they are able now to participate fully in their careers with a document that shows what they have done and where they are and what they are now qualified in, or what the skills they have exist.
We have also supported KNQA in the development of the Kenya Credit Accumulation and Transfer System, and very importantly, in ensuring that there is quality assurance, because it's absolutely critical that qualifications are trusted, especially by the labor market.
Learning is evolving. We want to appreciate that we have micro-credentials now in place. This is where one will learn through digital, whereby the courses are going to be flexible, short and precise, and learners will not really be in a position of learning on an enclosure like a class or in a field. They'll be learning through digital means, very online, which is also going to be accommodative enough for a number of learners, because they can learn in a single day a number of students, and also during your free time, a learner can really get into internet and study.
And the beauty of micro-credentials is that they are specifically skill and competence based. Could be small, so minute that could be 1 week, could be 2 months, could be 1 month or so. But it will enable one to really demonstrate that they have a competence. And so we're looking forward to finalizing that and sharing really with our peers. We know that our counterparts within the continent are also on course with trying to see how we develop and implement and embed that component of National Qualifications Framework within the general ecosystem of education and training.
And so for me, where I sit today, I have a different hat, which is the one of saying what are the qualifications that we are offering as Kenya, and how can they be used to take Kenya to the next level of an industrialized nation. And we also need large numbers. If you look at the textile sector, for example, we're employing over 60,000 people. If you look at the leather sector, we are employing over 10,000 people. These are people that need to have very specific skills on how to turn leather into finished products. And so the way we are working now is to say, how do we use our qualification framework to have qualifications that will take Kenya to the next level?
We are looking actually into a brighter future where we have a qualification system that is actually speaking to the current demands of the labor market, and not just within our national space, but globally and in any space where any qualification coming from Kenya will find value and recognition wherever it finds itself.
As we celebrate this year's of the KNQA and this first international conference, I really want to say that Kenya has come of age. In the last 8 years or so, we have built a solid qualification framework that other countries can emulate because we are not just building a qualifications ecosystem, but we are building an ecosystem that is relevant for us, that will also going to take Kenya to the next level, because we are dreaming big. We want Kenya to go forward, and we have appreciated that without proper qualifications, we cannot achieve that dream.
So basically what we are doing with this conference or in this sector is to ensure that we leave nobody behind, which is in line with the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, showing that even those who are at the bottom of the pyramid, as long as they have a skill, that skill can be recognized under our system, and it can be given certification to enable the person or the individual who's been certified to be able to participate in the economy, not just in the country, but across our region and across the world.
This is the first national qualifications conference that that Kenya is hosting, and really congratulations to the board at KNQA and the leadership, Dr. Kande, for putting this together. KNQA is seen as a leader, has played a critical, significant role engaging with IGAD and engaging within the ESC, but also at the continental level. And I think it's a fantastic opportunity for KNQA to showcase what has been done. And for those that will be at the conference, haven't developed their qualifications framework, we are present in almost African countries, and so please feel free to call on the ILO in your countries, and we will continue to avail technical expertise around this area.